Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Finally got a new video up. Decided to do something prom related. So if you like this look that you see here, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so the first thing you want to do, obviously, is prime your eyes. So I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This little baby right here. I don't even know if you can read. There you go. And just taking a little dab on the finger, like that, and rubbing it on. I sometimes go under the eyes. I don't know why. I just feel like, I mean, you put eyeshadow down there sometimes too, so why not? I always like to prime with any kind of concealer, whatever works best for you. It's good just to make the eyes all even round, like a blank little canvas. And then just take a little beauty blender, spray it, make it damp. Blend that in. Next, I'm taking the Kat Von D translucent setting powder. This little baby. Come on. There we go. Make sure you do this because you don't want it to crease up or anything, and then it's easier for when you apply your shadows and you want to blend them out, because if you leave it all tacky, your shadows aren't going to blend out as nicely, obviously. So today I am going to be using the MORPHE Grand Glam palette. So when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, this is prom looks, totally. Definitely. It's really pretty. First things first, you just want a loose, fluffy brush. And the bristles are a little longer, a little not so stiff. So you're going to use this with your first transition color, this color right here. Dust off any excess. And then for this look, we're gonna put it through the whole crease and then a little on the corners of the eye. And just use windshield wiping motions to get it in your crease, and then circular motions to focus on the corners of the eye. The reason you want to go in circular motions in the corners of the eye because it helps focus the blending in that one spot, and when you're doing windshield wiping motions, it kind of blends it out more, so it helps to do circular motions in the corners because it just focuses on that one little point that you're at, and it just blends it out right there. Next, with that same brush, we are going to go in with the brown right underneath that color. And same thing, you are going to go into your crease. Just be a little more mindful of how far you blend this out. You don't want to go too crazy. So next I'm taking this brush right here. It's a little more stiff, tight, so that you can really pinpoint little areas. I'm gonna take this brown right here in the corner And I'm gonna focus that just on the corners of the eye. Just tapping it in. You don't want to really rub because these sometimes they don't really blend well. So I'm just kind of tapping it. And you can kind of already see a little bit of difference that that makes. And then tap it into the inner corner of the eye. You want to be really careful in the inner corners of the eye because you don't want it to like start to come into your nose up over here. You want to make sure to keep it right in there. And if you get a little scared, you can always come in here at the point, kind of flick this way. Make sure to leave the center of the lid blank. So it's okay if you go a little higher than the creases. We're going to blend that out anyway. And then you're going to go back in with trusty fluffy brush. And just kind of blend out here. Just a little bit in the crease. Try and focus it right in here. I think I'm gonna go with the one next to the gold right here, or whatever. And again, only in the inner corners. And back to the fluffy. In the inner corner, you can do circular motions and then also kind of, oh my god, kind of flick lightly to kind of, you know, blend them together. I hope sometimes, if you're very careful, this is the trick. So you go back in that with the very first shade that you used, and you know, just lightly dust it over these darker colors, and sometimes it can kind of help to diffuse a harsher line. I'm gonna be going in with the Tarte Shape Tape. If you can see it. Ta-da-da. I use the shade Light Neutral. Literally just gonna have the applicator out, and I use a little, if you can see it, focus on the brush, come on, little angled brush like this. Da-da-da-da. I use that, and I just take a tiny bit off the applicator, nothing crazy. I found that a good way when you're doing this on your eyes, because you can't really like always just like, you know, with eyeliner just slide it across. I kind of like, you know, like press it on and kind of lightly just pat and drag a little bit to blend it out. But that kind of helps you get a better line. See? A little really goes a long way with this concealer. And it kind of dries matte, so that's why it's kind of the best thing for this. It doesn't have to be a perfect shape because we're gonna kind of blend in the browns a little again, but I just clean it up a little so that that color that you're gonna apply onto your lid really stands out. Take this little brown brush again, little brown brush, and just kind of slap some brown on. Fluffy brush again, and just kind of brushing down and up, because I don't want to go sideways because I don't want to make it go too far out into the lid, so I'm just trying to lightly blend this out. So you're going to take a small little packing brush. I'm using this one from Real Techniques. It's really tiny. I'm going to go with this first shade right up here. Then taking our MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime, gonna just spray that. I'm gonna do it over here. And we're just gonna take that and pack it on. Look at that. Wow. And then going back in with the brown just to kind of deepen back up these corners a bit. Going back in with the fluffy. Just kind of circular motions and back and forth. I'm gonna use that same little brush. And this is by MICA Beauty. It's shimmer powder. It's called TEASE. You can see. Oh, right there. So I'm gonna take this and just pack it on. I'm gonna focus it on like just the middle of the lid to make it pop more. You want to make sure that you tight line the eye. Don't want, you know, your skin color to shine through on the, or to come through, whatever you want to call it, when you know you have your lashes on and everything underneath. They're gonna see all the separation. So I'm taking this black eyeliner pencil. It's from SANTEE. I got it at a clothing store for like $1. Just a little pencil. See, it's SANTEE black eye pencil. SANTEE Cosmetics USA. So I'm just going to lift the eyes up and draw inside. I don't, you know, normally I touch my lid and lift it up, but I don't want to ruin the makeup, so I'm just looking at. I struggle with this a lot because it tickles the inner corners of my eye. So just trying to. I'm going to be using these triple threat false lashes called Dauntless lashes, and they're synthetic mink lashes from LA Splash Cosmetics, and this ones are called Extra. So you can kind of see the name right there. Oh, wrong way. And this is what they look like. They're really pretty. So for this look, you want to make sure to use lashes that are full, kind of even all the way across. Because if you use something that's more full on the ends, it gives you more of that kind of cat eye look. And obviously with this one, you want something a little more even all the way around because it's more of a rounded eye kind of look. So once you got the lash out, you know, you determined which eye it goes to. Then you kind of want to roll it. I like to do this to give it kind of a more round to fit to your eye better. And then I take my tweezers with no glue on it yet. My head is itchy. I just kind of lay it over to see how it fits. Just trying to measure how much to cut off. Don't want to cut off from the inner corner, you want to cut off from the outer corner, because the inner corner is what gives you that open look. Okay, so I use the Super Strong Hold eyelash adhesive in clear from Kiss. It's like INV by Kiss. Super Strong Hold. Pretty thick layer of glue. See it there, the white. And then, I mean, they're your lashes. You can blow on them if you want. I blow on mine. Just so that they get tacky. These are really stiff, so I'm used to something a little more bendy. I don't know, movable. Yeah, there's a bit of separation in there, but I mean, you can probably see it in the camera. But you know what? It has already been a struggle So I'm just gonna stick with this. These things are really pretty though. Do you see that? Like, and the wind is not knocking these babies off. These things are stiff. I could create a wind with these babies. But, I mean, you can see the difference from this to this. If you don't normally wear lashes, I would definitely recommend practicing applying them and wearing them. They are kind of hard to apply sometimes, especially depending on the kind of band that you get. These are a bit thicker, that's why they were a little harder for me to apply. I'm normally used to a thinner band. And also you want to make sure that you get them as close to your lash line as possible because you don't want that separation. So I'm going to take this little brush that we use to do the corners of the eyes, and I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. Again, if you want to just keep it like this, you can. My black liner kind of transferred onto my lower lash line. That's why it looks like this right now, because my eyes are watering and it's just sticking to it. But let me show you. I didn't add any more color. I just using the rest that's on the brush, and I'm going to add some on the outer corner and the inner corner to follow along with. By the way, this really tickles, so be mindful of that. To follow along with how the look on the upper lid is. And going back in with that same fluffy brush we were using earlier, I'm just gonna blend it out. And then with that same little brush, just use whatever's left as well. You don't want to do too much. I'm just gonna add a little color right in the center. You don't want it to be too crazy either, because you want the main focus to be on your lids. That's why I didn't really care to make this too intense. Just a nice little glow. So I'm gonna go in first with the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek, and it's called Flexitarian. So it's this pretty little color right here. It's a cream based highlighter. I'm just gonna use a Q-tip for this because I don't have a little brush on me right now, but just kind of picking some up on the tip of it. If you can even see that. I'm gonna press it into the inner corners of my eyes. Now we are going in with this baby, the AMREZY highlighter Anastasia. This is a big ass pan of highlighter, but it's really pretty. Taking this small little fluffy brush, it's kind of thick, getting some of that highlighter. And putting it onto the inner corners to really bring this out and set it. And then the residue, whatever's left, just highlighting the brow. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this look. I really hope you guys try this. You know, post your photos on Instagram from your your prom looks and stuff. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to message me. My Instagram and Facebook will be linked below. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed making this. It's my first time actually talking to the camera instead of just recording myself afterwards. I was really nervous, but I hope you guys loved the look. I hope you guys like what I can do. And I can't wait to see you guys try this at home. Bye!